What is the secret to success in your 20s? You see all of these kids, 19, 20, 21 years old, making tens of thousands of dollars per month, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And you're wondering what the difference is between them and you. I'm here to tell you that it has nothing to do with what you think it does. It's not that they're inherently smarter or better or luckier, or even that they have some kind of opportunities that you don't, right? I'm 20 years old. My business made over $30,000 last month, and I'm just a normal kid in a small town of Marietta, Georgia. No extravagant lifestyle, no millionaires in my family, no luck on my side, and I'm still one of those kids. So what's the difference? If it's not being smarter, if it's not being luckier, more intelligent, harder working, there is no inherent difference between you and these people who are successful. The only difference is three main things. And if you can understand these three things by the end of this video, then there's no doubt in my mind that you can 100% become one of these kids that you're looking up to, that you're seeing that are successful and you want to be like. It is through mastering these three things that has nothing to do with who you are and your innate intelligence or luck or anything of that nature that you can become successful against all odds and be one of those kids who is young in their 20s and is successful. So again, three things. Master these three things. The first thing you need to start with is your beliefs. You need to understand that it is possible. You need to understand that regardless of where you're at in life, regardless of where you grew up, regardless of what's going on in your life, there's always someone who's had it worse and done it better. Always, no matter what. Always, always, always someone who's had it worse and done it better, right? You have to ingrain that into your mind. As humans, we love to make ourselves victims. Think that because of our environment, because of our family, because of our intelligence, because of how we did in school, we can't be one of those people, right? We like to make excuses. And none of it's true, right? So first things first, you need to believe that it's possible. Obviously, you see these kids. You see me talking in front of you, 20 years old, small town. Made over $30,000 last month with my business. But does it really resonate? Do you actually think that it's possible? Because look, bro, I promise you I'm no different than you, right? My room is still messy. I still have trouble getting out of bed sometimes because I'm tired. I still do all the things, right? I'm still a 20-year-old kid, but I've mastered these three things that I'm going to tell you. Starting with your beliefs. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to see these people and genuinely believe that there's no difference between them and you. If they can do it, then so can you. There's always someone who's had it worse and done it better. So if you can understand this and ingrain in your mind, believe that it's possible, see these people and not extract yourself from what they're doing and who you are, then it is possible, right? They're no different than you. The second thing is surrounding yourself with people who are of a similar mindset or of similar accomplishments, right? Because in order to believe in yourself and believe that it's possible, maybe you need to see people in real life who are doing it. Maybe you need to take a trip down to Miami and see these 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids driving these supercars. Maybe you need to see it, right? To actually internalize it. And if you have people around you who don't want these things or who are working in jobs where they have no drive or motivation to do anything greater with their lives, then you need to understand that these people are going to do nothing but hold you back. Every interaction, every input that you put into your mind is either going to propel you forward and make you believe that it's more possible, or it's going to hold you back and make you feel like it's distant and far off, right? There may be people you need to cut off. There may be people you need to switch around. There may be a season of isolation, and that's okay. But you need to understand, you need to do everything in your power to actually believe that it's possible and understand that you are worthy and capable of doing so. You can work with the affirmations, you can work with the meditation, you can work with the self-hypnosis, doing all these things to reprogram your mind to believe that you are the type of person who's worthy and capable of achieving the things. So that's the first thing. You have to believe that it's possible. Once you believe that it's possible, then you can move on to the other two things, right? Because if you don't believe it's possible, then it's not possible. You create your reality. Your internal reality creates your external reality, and you need to program yourself to believe it's possible. So once that's in place, you can move on to the second thing, which is picking a skill. Every kid, every young entrepreneur, every young man you see who's successful has successfully picked a skill and stuck with it. Whether it is sales, whether it is copywriting, whether it is ads, whether it is outreach, whatever it may be, trading, drop shipping, whatever it may be, you need to understand that there's two ways to make money in this world. One is just by sheer doing more time and more effort and more work and putting in more hours. And the second is by creating leverage for your time so that your time is worth more money. And the only way that you can do this is by learning a high value skill. For example, like sales, like copywriting, like trading, like drop shipping, something that you see people succeeding with, that you resonate with. A very common mistake that people think, myself included, is that there's always the best opportunity. There's always a better opportunity. The grass is always greener on the other side, right? And you're gonna go through this process. You're gonna pick a skill. You're gonna go into it thinking it's the best thing ever. Uninformed optimism, you're going to go into it. Uninformed, you're going to go into it, think it's the best thing ever. Once you get into it, you see all the work that's included into it and everything that you have to do. You're going to start to think there's a better opportunity out there, that this is not the right path, that you need to pick something else. That, again, you go into the uninformed optimism thinking that this is the easier path. But you need to pick a skill that resonates with you. If you're a people person, pick sales. If you're not a people person, maybe you're an introvert, pick copywriting, right? Something that resonates with you and aligns with you. And understand that you're going to go into it thinking that it's going to be easy, thinking that it's going to be fun, thinking that it's going to be this, thinking that it's going to be that. But it's the same thing as a honeymoon period. You're going to go into it thinking that after a couple months, you're going to see the realities of it. You're going to wake up not wanting to do the things you have to do. But that is the valley of despair that everyone goes into. You're going to start at the top with uninformed pessimism. You're going to go to the bottom with uninformed optimism to informed pessimism. And this is where most people give up, at the bottom of the valley. They go and pick another skill. They go back to the top of the mountain, restart. But you need to get to this bottom of informed pessimism and keep going. And this is where all the success comes from. So picking a skill, understanding that it's going to be fun in the beginning, but after a few weeks, after a few months, you're going to wake up. You're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to move forward. You're going to hold yourself back. You may self-sabotage, but that's a part of the process. And that's the beauty of success, right? That's the reason that success is admired in the first place, because every person who is successful has the fortitude, has the perspicacity, has the persistence to proceed regardless of themselves holding them back, of the external world holding them back, and everyone telling them that it is not possible. So again, picking a skill, understanding that there's going to be a valley, and it is through that you will find success. Understanding that it's possible through your beliefs, picking a skill to allow you to get to that point. And it can be any skill. There's people succeeding with everything. Amazon, sales, dropshipping, SMA. Everything works. It's just a matter of if you're willing to stay consistent. There's people making tons of money with everything. There may be some opportunities that are better than others at times, but it's in phases, right? So just pick something that resonates with you and stay consistent. Beliefs, actions of the skills, and then the third thing is just staying consistent. As simple and easy as it sounds, that's all it is. Believing that it's possible, picking a skill that can leverage your time to actually make more money, and then understanding that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you go to the gym and you work out and you eat healthy, then there is no other option but for you to get in shape. In the same way, if you want to be successful, if you pick a high value skill, you do the things necessary to learn the skill and get good at it, and you stay consistent, there's no other option but for you to be successful. Doesn't matter what your age is. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity, your family background. If you genuinely believe that it's possible, pick a skill and stay consistent. It's all you need. The reason why it takes different people, different time to get there is because certain people believe that it's possible at different ages, right? A lot of people when they're young don't believe it's possible. They think you have to be suit and tie. They think you have to be older, 30, 40, 50 to do these things. But as long as you can get good at a skill, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you and a 50-year-old have the same amount of skill, it doesn't matter. Pick a skill, stay consistent, understand that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And that's just physics, right? Newtonian physics. So staying consistent through that and blocking out the noise of the people around you. Because if you're like me, you live in a small town, no one thinks that it's possible. You probably don't have a lot of people around you doing what you want to do. Your family, your friends, mentors, whatever it may be, aren't doing what you want to do. So you think that it's this far off thing. You think that it's not aligned with who you are. But you need to be able to consistently fill your mind with beliefs and patterns and people and energy that makes you think that it is possible, and block out everything else. If someone is not where you want to be in life, their opinion doesn't matter, especially when it comes to success, money, and finances. You wouldn't listen to advice from a fat person telling you how to get in shape. So why are you listening to your teacher mother or your accountant father tell you how to be an entrepreneur and make money and have freedom in this world? You can either die to the sword of them and their judgments and who they want you to be, or you can die to the sword of the fear and the uncertainty and the path less followed that you want to take. There's two paths, and the choice is yours. Understand that if you do these three things, success is inevitable. You will succeed, I promise you. The only reason that people do not succeed is because they start to believe it's possible. They start to pick a skill. They start to take action. But then slowly, they stop seeing results. They don't see results as fast as they want to. They start hanging out with the old people that make them feel like it's less possible. They stop believing that it's possible. They stop taking action. They take less action. They see less results because of that, and it's a feedback loop. You have to break the pattern. You have to break the pattern. Create your environment, instill your beliefs, pick a skill, and stay consistent. Promise you, bro. If you do these three things, you will be successful. Now, it is up to you.